outside thing and playing the opposite thing into your ear and actually canceling it out in your brain. It's not just really well insulated. Which is why, has anybody ever worn a pair of noise canceling headphones before? You ever like turn it off and then all of a sudden you can totally hear even though they're still on your ears and you're like, what is this magic? That's because it just stopped playing music into your ears. So actually your noise canceling headphones are adding more noise into your ears than you were getting before. It's just canceling it out in your brain. Yeah?
Can you get deaf with noise canceling?
Huh?
Can you get deaf with noise canceling? What if I like play something loud, which means noise canceling playing something loud?
Well, it's not like if you have two things that are exactly the same volume that it would be double as loud.
Oh, okay.
So I guess if you're playing music loud enough to deafen yourself, then yeah, the noise canceling headphones might also help, but you were already choosing it. Good question. All right, so we have to learn how to manipulate these sound waves to make this work. By the way, your garage door opener does work on radio frequencies. You can actually pick which frequency you want your garage door to be opening on, which technically there's only so many frequencies out there, and some people pick common ones, which means that if you just were driving around neighborhoods, not that I'm telling you to do this, but if you were to just drive around neighborhoods pressing your garage door opener, likely you would open up somebody's garage at some point. They have gotten some more fail-safes in there now. All right, so domain. How far does this graph stretch, going left and right, if we kept it going? Infinite. So over here on domain, I'm going to write negative infinity to infinity. How about range? How high and how low does it go? 1 and -1, including 1 and -1? Including, what do I write to show that it's including it? Brackets. So -1 to 1 brackets. It goes up to negative, or go down to -1 and up to 1 over and over again. The period says, how long is it before it starts repeating itself? Let's go from 0 because that's easy. Everybody look at my hands. 0 is the peak, right? Of this kind of like bump here. All right, now if you go exactly 1 later, from here to here, how long is it? 360 or 2 pi, which makes sense, right? Because you go around the circle once and then it starts repeating itself. And one circle is 360 or 2 pi. So let's call it 2 pi for our period. You could call it 360 as well. Amplitude. If we go from the center line, do you guys agree that right now the center line is 0? How high does it go? 1. And how far down does it go? It goes down, but it's a distance. So this distance, this amplitude goes up 1, and it goes down 1, and it goes up 1, and it goes down 1. So the amplitude is just 1. You can change the amplitude. You can change a graph to go really high and really low and change that amplitude. And actually a negative amplitude would mean that it's going the other way, that it's just switching direction. Let's grab our calculators and try graphing this. All right, so go to y equals. You're going to clear out anything that's in there. And we're going to type in cosine of x. I'm typing in cosine, and then I'm hitting this button right here. Everybody look where I'm pointing to. Pointing right there, the one that says x, t, theta, n. Putting that in, cosine of x. That's my variable. Now, if I just hit graph right now, I have no idea what my window's set up to. I'm not seeing anything on my graph. You guys seeing anything on yours? You got like a parabola on yours? Do you guys remember what a window is on your calculator? It shows you what part of the graph you're looking at, right? And you can make it any window you want it to be. So let's look at mine. I'm going to hit window. It looks like mine has an x minimum of -5, an x maximum of 15, y minimum of -10, a y maximum of 100. Now my graph is supposed to go up to 1, and my graph on my calculator is going up to 100, so no wonder I can't see it. It's probably hugging that axis down there. So let's all do this together. Everybody hit window. We're all gonna change it together.
Should it also be in radians?
Mode, yeah. Well, yeah, we'll do radians now. All right, everybody go to mode. And make sure you have radians highlighted instead of degrees.
Otherwise it's just a straight line.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a curve technically, but it looks like,
Oh, that makes sense.
it's a curve that would last over 360 degrees. So if you're looking at from 0 to 10, it looks like it's just diagonal. All right, so everybody on radians? Okay, so if you go to y equals cosine of x and then go to window, let's start at 0. And let's go to, let's see 2 periods. How do I see 2 periods? 1 period is 2 pi. How much would 2 periods be? 4 pi. So type in 4 pi. How high is my graph going to go? 1. Let's make it 1.5, go a little bit above it, and negative 1.5 for a little bit below it. And then hit graph. Oh, by the way, do you know what XSCL is?
Scale.
Yeah, so that means that there's a tally mark every 1. And then hit graph. Oops, what did I get wrong? Oh, I did my minimum and maximum backwards, so if you're copying me, you might have done it wrong. Negative 1.5 comes first. And then positive 1.5 comes second. I asked it to show me 2 cycles. Your graph should look like this. Show your partner that it looks like that, and if it doesn't, call me over and I'll help you, or you can help each other.